Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Magic the Gathering Arena Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Edition. I'm your host today, Dark Mazda, for Dark Mazda Series Gaming. Now, thank you very much for watching my Rakdos Aggro video. It is greatly appreciated. It helps boost the channel a little bit. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you got a few little ideas into crafting your own Rakdos deck. The Rakdos being black and red for those of you who are maybe a little bit confused. So in this episode we are heading over to the meta ratings, and we are going to check out the Selesnya Enchantment Deck. Now this was brought to my attention off the let's have a look up here. It's called Untapped.gg. It's a little companion app which runs alongside your Magic the Gathering client. A lot of you may already use it. Basically, as a website it takes you to, and it tells you what the meta decks are, what decks are being used on that particular day, your win rates with decks, whether it be just on standard player or ranked player. So anyway, we're just going to quickly run through the deck list, and we're going to have a look at the cards mainly, and then have a few battles and see how the deck performs. So we have got Circle of Confinement. So Circle of Confinement, when it enters the battlefield, it exiles a target creature with mana value 3 or less until it leaves the battlefield. Whenever an opponent casts a vampire spell with the same name as the card exiled with Circle of Confinement, we gain 2 life. We're not so bothered about the second part of that. It's just more for getting something off the field that we do not, that would pose a threat to us. And it's also an enchantment, so it stacks up with something that I'm going to explain to you in a moment. We've got Michigo's Reign of Truth. So this is a saga, and the first and second stages, target creature gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn for each artifact or enchantment we control. So if we've got a lot of enchantments on the board, we're getting a lot of +1/+1 counters for 2 turns running here, unless the opponent removes this card from play. It's also an enchantment, so if you've got no enchantments out, this acts as an enchantment, so you do get at least a 1/1 for one of your creatures. And I swear, with one of these cards, you can copy this effect. So you can, like, if you've got a few enchantments out, you can make quite a big beast of a creature for a couple of turns, and sometimes it just deals so much damage out the way. It's hard to pull off, but you can do it. It is possible. And then it transforms on play 3, which turns into Portrait of Michiko. Mikiko, I'm not sure how to pronounce that very well, but basically she gets +1/+1 for each artifact and enchantment you control, so chance to be quite a big creature to deal with. We've got Spirited Companion, just for the card draw. Comes onto the battlefield, draw a card. Helps us dig for something that we might need. Ranger class, when it enters the field, we get a 2/2 Green Wolf creature token. And stage level 2, if we level it up, we get 1/1 counter on something that's attacking. And for level 3, we can look at the top card of our library, and we can cast creature spells from the top of our library, which is also handy if we are card dead. Waiver of Harmony. Now this is the card I was talking about before. Other enchantment creatures we control get 1/1, and for 1 forest we can copy target activated or triggered ability from an enchantment source, and we may choose new targets for the copy. So we can copy this stage 1 or stage 2. You can even copy stage 3 and get 2 Portrait of Michiko's if we so do desire. But the majority of people probably play stage 1 and 2 for the extra counters for the turns, just to add some extra oomph to that turn. You normally find that opponents try to get rid of this card as quickly as they can because they know exactly how powerful it is. We've got the Jukai Naturalist, and it's got lifelink. Enchantment spells we cast cost 1 less to cast, so obviously if it's if it's already 1 mana, it doesn't become 0 mana. It doesn't quite work like that. The same for if it's 1 mana of each colour to cast, it doesn't kind of work like that. It's more for these that have got like 2, so it'll make it 1 plus a white. So anyway, let's move on over to Borrowed Time. It's some more exile, some more removal. When Borrowed Time enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. And we've got the Restoration of Iganjo. Search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. This is in case we miss land drops. Yep, so we can just catch up with land. You may discard a card. When you do, return target card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So you can pick up any of these down here. You know, see, you know, you can pick up one of these, and then if you've got one of these on the field, you can replay the counters on it again, which is, it's a good effect. And then returns as a Architect of Restoration. So whenever the Architect attacks or blocks, we create a 1/1 colours spirit creature token. We've got Wedding Announcement. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of our end step, we put an invitation counter on Wedding Announcement. If we attack with 2 or more cards, we draw a card. Otherwise, we create a 1/1 white human creature token. And if it has 3 or more invitation counters on it, we transform it, and then that means that all of our creatures get +1/+1. We've got Catilda Dawnhard Martyr. So fly and lifelink, she's got protection from vampires. Catilda Dawnhard Martyr's power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. So if we've got quite a lot of where's the other one at? Oh, we haven't got there yet. Anyway, so anyway, once it's dead, we can cast it for its disturb cost and enchant the creature, so that it has flying, lifelink, and protection from vampires, and it gets +X/+X, where X is the number of permanents you control that are spirits or enchantments. So yeah, that can be a handy little effect. And Hallowed Haunting. So this is to make our spirit tokens for Catilda. Basically, as long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures we control have flying and vigilance. Whenever we cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric creature token. Power and toughness are equal to the number of spirits we control. So yeah, we can stack that as well, so that's even better. 3 Cave of the Frost Dragon, just, you know, have a bit of fun if we've got excess mana. For 5 mana we can turn it into a 3/4 white dragon creature with flying. We've got Iganjo, Seat of the Empire. We can either use it as a land, or we can use it for its channel cost for 3. And we can deal 4 damage to a target attacking or blocking creature. This can save your bacon, and they won't even know it's coming. You know, basically that it costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature we control. Boseiju, who endures. So we can discard Boseiju to destroy an artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land, and then they search the library for a land card and put it on the battlefield. Same as before, it costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature we control, or we can just use it as a land. But the options there. Lair of the Hydra, you know, same as Cave of the Frost Dragon. We can use X and a forest, and it becomes an XX green Hydra creature. It's still a land. X can't be 0. So if the X is 1, it becomes a 1/1. If it's 2, it becomes a 2/2. So forth. Depending on how many land you've got on the field, depends on how strong this card can be, and sometimes it can do the business. The rest are just dual lands here. There we have it. Let's go and test out the deck and see what we can do in this episode. Hopefully we'll get a few decent matchups. And if you're liking the content so far, please remember to give me a like and a sub. And let's get going with these matchups then. So we've jumped into the ranked ladder, and we're going to see if we can progress from where we left off last time. We managed to get to Platinum Rank 3, so we're going to aim to get to Platinum Rank 2, or at least make some headway towards that goal anyway. So anyway, let's just jump in and see what we've got for this. Right, this looks like a okay-ish hand. I mean, it's not the best, but we can get a couple of like 2-drops out. But we've got a couple of these to help us out. I think we start with Lair the Hydra, and then Cave of the Frost Dragon. Get a ranger class out just so we've got some field presence. So defender, bamboo grove archer, destroy target creature with flying. Right, so we've got to be careful. So we can use a circle of confinement here if we really want to. 3 or less, you know. Should we? I mean, could even use this. We'll use this. We're just getting used to this deck as well. Each deck plays differently. It takes a little time just to get used to new decks. Even though you can watch somebody play a deck. You know, everybody's playstyle is a little bit different, so they may use the cards in different ways to what you would. So there's no wrong or right way to play it, so long as you don't make silly, stupid mistakes all the time, you know. So what's this? Whenever a land enters the battlefield under their control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Right, so what we're going to do with this is we're going to, if we can, we're going to get rid of that, just so we use the planes. We're going to discard this so that we can get rid of this. We'll just get rid of any sort of advantage that they can gain from that card. They can search for a land all they want. I mean, we're not so bothered about that. And we'll get a weep. Should we? No, we'll level this up. And we'll get a 1/1 with this when we attack. So it's going to be 3/3. So we attack the 3/3. Now they could use their Boseiju. Oh no, they can't. Actually, it's not even Boseiju. But if they have a Boseiju, they could get rid of our Circle of Confinement and get their creature card back. And Generous Visitors, something that we want in our deck, but because whenever you cast an enchantment spell, we put a 1/1 counter on it. So what are we going to do then? I think we need to use the Hallowed Haunting next. Next time we cast an enchantment, we're going to be making tokens, and that's going to help us out greatly. Because everything's pretty much an enchantment in our hand. So he's got a death touch, that doesn't matter. We're not particularly bothered about that. Right, what do we need? Do we need white or do we need green? I'm guessing we're going to go green for a moment. go Wedding Announcement. Then we go Weaver. And you know what? We are just attacking with this because we want rid of that Fang. It's no good to us. Yeah, let it just death touch it. We get rid of the death toucher. We've got more creature cards coming, so it doesn't really matter. Got another one of those. That's alright. They're using a similar deck to us. I mean, that's our next play as well, so we can use this. Can we use it twice? We'll see. And we use it again and get some more creature cards. And we all fly in now. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's it. That's game. And that's game 1 in the bag. So what have we got here? I mean, we've got 2 mana, Confinement, almost into Wedding Announcement. Hopefully I'm going to keep this and hopefully we get a green mana source on the draw. Now what I like about the new set is that a lot of people aren't using Hullbreak Horror at the moment, which is always good. And I think that card was really just introduced in order to funnel people over into Alchemy. Because in Alchemy it has been rebalanced and a lot of people just really sick of the Hullbreaker Horror and Leia combo. Every single deck was using it and it really like took the steam out of the standard format. Right, what can we get rid of? It's just a creature, right? We can get rid of the but do we want the Wedding Announcement or do we want the Weaver? We'll get the Weaver out. Hopefully it doesn't get removed. No doubt they have like a frostbite or something. Oh, choose not to. No blocks. 3. So I was hoping that we were going to get another land there, but it doesn't matter. So what are we doing here? Circle of Confinement, I think it is. Oh, we can get rid of this one. Copy it. Circle of Confinement, and then get rid of that one as well. And that's 2 for the price of 1.
I fight for humans and werewolves alike. You're not a good wolf.
Right, okay. Let's see. Okay, you can do two, I can do two.
Follow the enemy's scent. They're close.
Don't think we're going to win this match because, yeah, these are quite nasty people. We can get rid of we'll get rid of one of these. So we can do borrowed time. Alright. So what do we want to get rid of? We want to get rid of the Reckless Stormseeker and the Werewolf. So we'll do that.
We'll catch them by surprise.
It's hard to keep up with a deck like this because they are quite aggro-y. Do we take the damage? I don't think so. We'll just right, so target artifact enchantment. So is it art attack or enchantment? No. No. Artifact or enchantment? No, we can't do any of them. Right. There goes that plan. Right. Harold Haunting it is, I think. We'll just use it as a land. We can't really do anything with that, so we'll just leave it. I think we have to take the damage, unfortunately.
Follow the enemy's scent. They're close.
Could do with a Doom Scar, I think. Doom Scar would be nice right about now. Ooh. We definitely have to defend now then. 6, 10, 15, 18 damage is coming through. What do we defend? The biggest one, I guess. Okay. Bye bye, Waiver. Maybe should have done that first, mate. Never mind. Right. Well, we'll get a little bit of defense. I don't think it's going to be enough though.
Gather, my children.
Wow, that deck is pretty sweet. I'm going to have to try a Gruul deck at some time. That's a red and green deck, obviously. Wow. Yeah, that's a good game, I think. Well, I mean, there's nothing we can do about that, right? We can cry, we can whimper. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do against that. Take the least amount of damage possible, I think. There we go. Oh well. So we lose our win there. Not to worry. So we have found out that the Selesnya Enchantments deck is no good against Gruul decks. Seemed like they curved out pretty decently in the last match. We'll continue on and we'll see what we can do with the rest of it. I think we've got a decent draw here, so we're just going to go with it. We've got rid of one of our wedding announcements, so that's one down. We've got another one though on the draw, so joke's on them. And what do we want out first? We'll get this out. Reduces the cost of everything in our hand, which is always good. It's going to get rid of it straight away though, so don't expect it to be cheap for long. Oh no, they get the Selesnya out. Happy days, we get a little bit of extra value then. So, what do we want out? Let's get the Hallowed Haunting out. Just while it's cheap enough too. Hope this is not a ninjutsu deck. Sphere of Annihilation. With X void counters. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation. All creatures in play more mana value. Number of the void counters on it. Yeah, just we can do borrowed time on it if we really want. Do we want to? I think we do. Next turn we're doing some damage. He has to defend with something, otherwise he's out. Not quite sure why he's done that. Has he got a board wipe or something? If he's got a board wipe, I mean, we're done for, really. Get rid of that, that's fine. So we've got another one of those we can play. Do we need green or white? I think we should just go for green. Get another one of these out. Wedding announcement. Yep, he just sacks it. So that's game 2 that we've won. So we're back up to one notch on our belt. So we've had 2 wins and 1 loss. So this is our 4th match. I'm going to see if we can continue as we mean to go on. We've got a Spirited Companion. I think this is a pretty decent starting hand. Yep, we'll start off with these 2. We'll go with Cave of the Frost Dragon to start with, I think. Alright, okay, so we've got a vehicle deck here. It's alright, yeah, you just do that, my friend. I'm happy for you to do that. Okay. So if he gets, he's going to use that vehicle where if he exiles 4 he gets like a 10/10 or something, which, yeah, it's a good card. I'm not going to lie. We get the wedding announcement out, we need as much advantage going on as we possibly can. Yeah, we're just not going to attack with that. Oh, it's coming. Right. Artifact, 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 artifact. Destroy target artifact. So which one do we want? We want rid of that one, I guess. Do we leave it for a little bit though? Do we keep it then use it, or do we use a weaver and copy it the next time? I think that's the plan, isn't it? So we do a weaver. We get 2 weavers out. Just attack with 1. Then we get the draw from that. Ooh, that's nasty. Right, so that was the plan, was it? Okie doke. So my plan's just gone out the window. Not to worry though, because we can bring it back. So we've got a Catilda, so that's okay. What we really need is the Hallowed Haunting now. We just need to endure him a little bit longer. Yeah, it draws cards. It's got no more counters on it now though. Right. See what he does now. So we Hallowed Haunting. Can't afford to do anything else. We're not attacking because he can crew one of these vehicles and just stomp us out, so no attacks for there. Whereas if he crews and then attacks, we can at least do something about something. He's looking for that that mech that goes to 10-10, and I just know he is. All of the Skyclaves, that's not good for us. Do we have a Doom? I'm sure we've got Doom Scars in our hand somewhere. I just never seem to draw one. Maybe need to put something like Dig Up in our deck. Maybe put a little bit of black mana in there. Going for a 4/4 there. Ooh. Yeah, this isn't looking good at all. Yep. Well, it doesn't matter about the crew in that one. Well, we'll get rid of this one at least. It's something. And hopefully we pull a Doomscar off the top of our deck. Otherwise, yeah. Need them for defense, I guess. Okay, so that's gone. That's us dead. Yeah, that's us dead. Or is it? Is it? Yeah, it is now, definitely. We'll say a good game. Let him do his things. It's always nice to let people do what they need to do. Say a good game because we're not a bad sport. So we're no good against the vehicle deck. So we've lost our notch off our belt again. Okay, so it looks like we're up against an Eskai's Chariot deck, or maybe a Gruul deck anyway. Okay, I thought something like that was coming towards us. That's okay. Yep, we'll no block him. Looks like he's missing his land drops, which is handy for us. So in case we get the land drop. We want to keep this one in reserve for the damage. I'm guessing we're just gonna use it anyway. Get a Weaver. We've got another Weaver in case he removes that one, and then we can double effect on this to pump something else up. Yep, thought we'd do that. It's totally fine. Oh, he's missed his land drops, so he's not bothered. Quick and easy victory. We go back up to Platinum Tier 3, because we did lose a notch on the last match, which I'm editing out because we made an absolute stupid mistake. And I don't really want to embarrass myself on YouTube, so yep, that's the way that is. So you can only guess what I did. Now I'm guessing that some of these decks will be tweaked as the weeks go on, and other people will add their own little spin on the card selection. And we will revisit some of these decks at a future date. Obviously, some of them are performing, they're really good, but they just don't stand a chance against certain decks. Maybe because there's not enough removal in the decks, or maybe there could be a card that we've overlooked that could work very well with the deck. But it's not an exact science, and I always say that Magic the Gathering is a really balanced game anyway. So anyway, let's just jump in. Yeah, I say it's like really balanced because not one deck really overpowers everything else, and there's always something that gets in the way. It's a turn 1 eye twitch, which is quite annoying. I think we just circle a Confinement it though. We've got 2 of them now. You know what? We'll just... Yeah, you want to go into your sideboard. Yeah, we're not allowing you to do that. And we're not allowing you to ramp either, so we're going to confine that as well. Should we play this first and then... Yeah, then we'll... whatever he gets out next, we can potentially double hit it. What do we have to do there? We have to pay life to do that one, so I'm not bothered about that. We'll do that. So Oh, which straight away knows exactly what we're up to. Well, so there you go. Sometimes just looking at the name Dark Mazda is enough to instill fear into others. And yeah, you better believe it. Well, let's hope we can have a battle that lasts longer than about 3 seconds. Yep, let's go. Forgot that one comes in tapped, so got a bit of a slow land turn 3 game going on here. I think we do Ranger class first. Oh, see, that should have come first. Never mind. Yeah, we'll do Ranger class. We want some board presence. Got 2 things the opponent can attack with their removal. Yeah. Nah, they lose 2 life with that. I think that's just a waste of that card, to be fair. There's bigger and better things that card can be used on. And if he really wants to Field of Ruin our Land of the Frost Dragon, Lair of the Frost Dragon, then not too bothered, because we barely use it anyway. Right, what's next? What do we want next? Well, they still got removal out there, so we'll go for Wedding Announcement. There's going to be a wedding, dude. Here's an invitation. Yeah, he's thinking about what he can Field of Ruin. Go on, you know you want to. Yep, thought you would want to. What do we need out? I think we go for a white sauce. So we've got a Hallowed Haunting that we can use as well. Do we go for it? Yeah, I think we do, because the majority of our deck is enchantments, so whatever we cast is going to give us spirits as well. Might as well attack for 1, right? So if we Weaver and then copy. Thinking about what to do with this Wedding Announcement. Do they have enchantment removal? It'd be nice if they didn't, but knowing our luck they do. So he massacres those. That's fair enough. I'm not bothered about that. I mean, we can just Wedding Announcement again if we really want. For double the whammy. Yeah, why not? He hasn't got rid of them so far, so build up our presence again. Thinking, damn, maybe should have waited to use that Meat Hook Massacre. Do I have another one? I have another one. He has another one. It's alright. He can just keep using them, and that's fine. It just means there's less for him to use at a later date. And hopefully he doesn't have any more in his hand, and we can get away with putting this out. And what do we want? We'll put the Spirit Companion out. We don't want to use Catilda just yet. mean, look at that. We've got quite a lot coming out now. Yeah, I think he's run out of Mythic Massacres now. He wants rid of that one, definitely. That is one card that I would get off the board straight away, if I could. I'm going to copy the... yeah. That's alright, that's fine. So, now we've got borrowed time. So what are we going to get rid of? That's the question. What are we getting rid of? We want rid of the Mythic Massacre, really, don't we? But then he can flash it back in if he removes the borrowed time. That could be bad for us. We could level up this here. We have 3 left. Yeah, we'll do this. And Tilda. And then we'll just attack with everything here. Just show them that we mean the business. Next turn he's dead if he cannot do anything. We'll draw a card here. And everything gets pumped up again. Yep. Nice. Unless he's got a meat hook. He can't meat hook for 6 anyway, so that's good to know. He can meat hook for 2. I mean, yeah, you can get rid of that, but I mean, it still doesn't make any difference. Yeah, what you doing now? I'm just going to Catilda something else with the disturb cost for 9/9. So something's getting there. Yeah, good game. And there's another notch on our belt here. So everybody, we have finished our matchups. The Selesnya Enchantment Deck, it depends on who you come up against. If you come up against a Gruul deck, you're likely not going to win against a Gruul deck. I think the deck needs a little bit of tweaking, maybe a couple of cards added. We'll see how the meta evolves in the coming weeks, and we will craft a deck which, you know, what the meta's basically using, and I will get that list from the Untapped.gg deck rankings and see what decks are having good success. But so far, the Rakdos Aggro deck has been the better deck of the two. We're going to continue with some new decks in a future episode. If you like the deck that I've been using, I mean, it is a great deck. It's just that there's always better, you know. It can do some nifty things if you get the right combinations. Anyway, we're going to open up this pack here that we just got for leveling up the Mastery Pass. As you can see, we've got 94.4% of the cards for this set, so we're not likely going to get anything new. Heir of the Ancient Fang, Network Disruptor, Imperial Subduer, Intercessor's Arrest, Light the Way, Daguchi Silencer, Historian's Wisdom, and what have we got? A Ganjo Uprising. Okay, lovely. And that's knocked us up 0.1%. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Magic the Gathering Arena. We've been showcasing the Selesnya Enchantment Deck, which is a green-white deck. If you've liked the content, please give me a like and a sub. And thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. I will see you soon in a future episode where we will be testing out some more meta decks. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. And that's goodbye from me, and I will see you guys on the flip side.